Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we delve into the fascinating tales of our collective past. While we on Siwa. Today, we find ourselves in the charming city of Ferndale, Michigan, a place where the gentle rustle of leaves and the soft whispers of history beckon us to explore its origins. As we embark on this journey, let us first set the stage for the captivating story of Ferndale's earliest days. Located in the heart of Oakland County, Ferndale's history begins to unfold like a rich tapestry, woven from the threads of indigenous cultures, pioneering spirits, and the relentless march of progress. The area that would eventually become Ferndale was first inhabited by the Native American tribe known as the Ottawa, who roamed the region's lush forests and fertile plains. These skilled hunters and farmers made use of the abundant natural resources, including the Rouge River, which flowed gently through the landscape like a lifeblood, its tranquil waters providing sustenance for the native wildlife and the people who lived alongside it. As European settlers began to arrive in the early 19th century, the landscape of Ferndale started to transform. One of the key figures in Ferndale's development was the pioneering farmer, Joseph Hamilton, who in 1823 settled in the area that would become Ferndale. Hamilton's farm, situated near the intersection of what is now Woodward Avenue and 9 Mile Road, marked the beginning of a new era for the region. The year 1823 is significant, as it coincided with the signing of the Treaty of Chicago, which led to the forced relocation of many Native American tribes from the region. As we explore the early history of Ferndale, it becomes clear that the town's growth was inextricably linked to the surrounding landscape. The Rouge River, with its gentle currents and fertile floodplains, played a crucial role in shaping the community. The river provided power for sawmills and gristmills, which were essential for the town's development. The forests, too, were a valuable resource, providing timber for building and fuel for heating. In 1830, the construction of the Michigan Turnpike, which passed through what is now Ferndale, brought new opportunities for trade and commerce to the area. Let us take a moment to imagine the scene in Ferndale during these early years. The air is filled with the sounds of nature, birds singing, water flowing, and trees swaying in the breeze. The smell of freshly cut wood and baking bread wafts through the air as the town's residents go about their daily lives. It is a time of great change and possibility, as Ferndale begins to take its place on the map of Michigan. As the years passed, Ferndale continued to grow and develop, with new settlers arriving and new businesses opening. In 1840, the first post office was established in the area, marking an important milestone in the town's development. The post office, located near the present-day intersection of Woodward Avenue and 9 Mile Road, served as a hub for communication and commerce, connecting Ferndale to the wider world. As we transition to our next segment, we find ourselves entering a period of unprecedented growth and transformation in Ferndale's history, a time when the city would undergo a profound metamorphosis, shaped by the interactions of its people, the landscape, and the forces of progress. The seeds sown during these early years would eventually give rise to a thriving city, one that would become a hub of commerce, industry, and community. Join me, dear listeners, as we step into the vibrant world of Ferndale's formative years, a world that would ultimately give rise to the thriving city we know today. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we continue our journey through the captivating story of Ferndale, Michigan. As we enter this period of unprecedented growth and transformation, we find ourselves in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, an era marked by innovation, industrialization, and community building. The city's strategic location, situated near the intersection of Woodward Avenue and 9 Mile Road, made it an attractive hub for commerce and industry. In 1901, the Detroit United Railway began operating in Ferndale, connecting the city to neighboring towns and cities, and facilitating the growth of businesses and industries. One of the key factors that contributed to Ferndale's growth during this period was its thriving automotive industry. The city became a hub for car manufacturing, with companies like Ford Motor Company and General Motors establishing plants in the area. Sexy. Here's the guy's channel. Area shot. The iconic Ford assembly plant, which opened in 1918, was a major employer in the region, attracting workers from all over the country. As the automotive industry expanded, so did the city's population, with new residents arriving to work in the factories and support the growing economy. As Ferndale continued to grow, its community began to take shape. The city's downtown area, with its charming shops, restaurants, and entertainment venues, became a vibrant hub of activity. In 1924, the Ferndale City Council established the city's first park, Wilson Park, which provided a green oasis for residents to relax and enjoy the outdoors. The park was named after former Michigan Governor Woodbridge N. Ferris, who had been a strong advocate for education and community development. The 1920s and 1930s also saw the rise of Ferndale's cultural scene, with the establishment of theaters, music venues, and art galleries. The Ferndale Theater, which opened in 1925, was a popular destination for moviegoers and live performances. The theater's ornate decorations and state-of-the-art sound system made it a beloved landmark in the community. As we explore this period in Ferndale's history, we are struck by the city's resilience and adaptability. Despite facing challenges like the Great Depression and World War II, the city continued to thrive, with its residents coming together to support one another and build a stronger community. In 1935, the Ferndale Community Chest was established, providing financial assistance to families in need and promoting social welfare programs. Ferndale's educational system also flourished during this period, with the establishment of new schools and programs. In 1922, the Ferndale School District opened its first high school, which would eventually become Ferndale High School. The school's curriculum emphasized vocational training, preparing students for careers in industries like manufacturing and healthcare. As we reflect on this pivotal moment in Ferndale's history, we are filled with a sense of wonder and appreciation for the city's achievements. From its early days as a small farming community to its growth into a thriving industrial center, Ferndale has always been a place of possibility and promise. As we transition to our final segment, we will explore the decline and aftermath of Ferndale's industrial era and examine the lasting legacy of this remarkable city. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we explore the decline and aftermath of Ferndale's industrial era. The 1950s and 1960s marked the beginning of a significant shift in Ferndale's economy, as the automotive industry began to contract and manufacturing jobs declined. The Ford assembly plant, once a major employer in the region, reduced its workforce and eventually closed in 1978. This had a devastating impact on the local economy, with many residents losing their jobs and struggling to make ends meet. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, Ferndale's population declined by over 10% between 1960 and 1980, as residents left the city in search of better opportunities. As the city's industrial base continued to erode, Ferndale's downtown area began to decline. Many of the shops and restaurants that had once thrived along Woodward Avenue and 9 Mile Road closed their doors, leaving behind a trail of vacant storefronts and neglected buildings. The Ferndale Theater, which had been a beloved landmark in the community, was demolished in 1975, a victim of urban decay and disinvestment. Despite these challenges, the city of Ferndale continued to adapt and evolve. In the 1970s and 1980s, a new wave of entrepreneurs and artists began to move into the city, drawn by its affordability and charm. The Ferndale Arts Commission was established in 1979 with the goal of promoting arts and culture in the community. This initiative helped to spur the development of new galleries, studios, and performance venues, which in turn attracted a diverse and creative population to the city. One notable example of Ferndale's revitalization efforts is the redevelopment of the former Ford assembly plant site. In the 1990s, the city partnered with private developers to transform the abandoned industrial complex into a mixed-use development featuring shops, restaurants, and housing units. This project not only helped to revitalize the local economy, but also served as a model for urban renewal efforts in other cities. Today, Ferndale is a thriving and diverse community, known for its vibrant art scene, eclectic shops, and inclusive atmosphere. The city's downtown area has been revitalized, with many new businesses and restaurants opening along Woodward Avenue and 9 Mile Road. According to the City of Ferndale's website, the city has seen a significant increase in new business development and investment in recent years, with over $10 million in private investment in 2020 alone. As we reflect on Ferndale's history, we are reminded that cities are not static entities, but rather dynamic and evolving organisms. The city's ability to adapt to changing circumstances, to innovate and reinvent itself, has been a key factor in its success. As the historian John Jackal once noted, cities are not just places where people live and work, but also repositories of memory and experience. Ferndale's story is a testament to the power of community and resilience, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, cities can thrive and flourish. In conclusion, our journey through Ferndale's history has taken us from its early days as a small farming community to its growth into a thriving industrial center, and finally, to its decline and rebirth as a vibrant and diverse city. We hope that this story has provided a nuanced and compelling portrait of Ferndale's past, and has inspired listeners to explore the rich history and culture of this remarkable city. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history with Herodotus. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.